going on the school trip of a lifetime.
Going to bite to Britain.
They'll sleep in a chateau. Need sticky dough. I am the Hulk. And make a farm in no-no. No. As they learn what life is like on the other side of the English Channel. Bon voyage, year 8. You're off to France. Welcome to our school. Come inside. Meet our students. This is good, I like it. And find out everything that goes on in secondary school. Your attitude stinks. From fun and friendships to loads of challenges and new experiences. It's our school. It's the middle of the night, and some pupils from year 8 are already at school. They're keen. Hey guys, when you're ready, jump on the bus. But these students aren't early for class. They've got a long day ahead of them.
If you start feeling sick, can you tell us before you're sick instead of afterwards? I will. Thank you, because neither me nor Mrs. Morgan do vomit.
Oh, beat bonjour.
Yes, these lucky students are off to France. But with 30 pupils in a class and just 8 places up for grabs, how did we decide who got to come on this trip? French teacher Madam Morgan and Head of Humanities Miss Chapman had a really tough time deciding which students they could take.
It is hard, I wish we could take them all, but we can't, so...
After setting a series of French writing and speaking tasks, they eventually picked 8 pupils who stood out for different reasons. Farah, Brody, and Emily impressed the teachers with their thoughtful and funny letter writing.
Just to let you know, I'll definitely behave during the whole entire trip, even though I'm perfect anyway.
And Maddie, Caitlin, and Dom were so enthusiastic in the role play, they had to be picked. For Marcus and Katie, it was pure passion that won the judges over. They hope it will be a chance for Marcus and Katie to really grow as people.
I don't get picked for anything, so I'm going abroad with my friends. What more can I ask? It means so much to me to get on this trip because it's going to be my first time going abroad.
We are going to France!
Portsmouth and Caen in France are separated by 115 miles of sea. That's 5 hours on the ferry. More than enough time for a tour of the Captain's Bridge.
When we went up to see the captain, it was quite nice because no one is ever allowed up there.
The English Channel is the world's busiest shipping lane. From up here, you can see it all.
One of the biggest ships in the world, that is, 400 metres long. You know when you run around the track in school? That's 300 metres.
What's the name called? Is this a cargo? No, that's a cargo. Yeah, it is cargo. Is it? It's a cargo ship. Is that where they get the pizzas from? What happens if I jump from here?
I'd have a heart attack, so preferably don't do it. There you go, wave goodbye to Britain.
Bye, birds. Behind you.
It's only a short hop from the ferry port to the chateau where our year 8s will be staying.
How are you feeling about being aboard for the first time? I'm actually feeling really excited because I'm going to get to explore a bit more. Is there like a rough part of France?
It probably is, but it's certainly not here.
There we go, you see it in all its glory now.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I love it, 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 I love it. I felt like a
princess when I saw the chateau. I was just like, yes, I'm staying in this, you know. I'm officially Sleeping Beauty now.
But the fairy tale is soon over.
Bonjour.
Everyone knows the most important thing on a school trip is bagging your bunk.
This one's mine.
top bunk. On the top bunk, it's better because you don't get attacked by any aliens or
Alien.
yeah, or any monsters. Or the frog legs just jumping up you. You never know.
Well, it is almost dinner time. When staying in a chateau, one expects a feast fit for a king.
You need some tools for that.
Tools? What kind of food needs tools? Welcome to the Chateau Tucker trial. In this week's I'm a Student, Get Me Out of Here! Your starter tonight is...
The frogs have been fished, caught in a pond.
Farah is vegetarian, so she's exempt from this trial on medical grounds.
Voila.
Are you sure it tastes like chicken? When I saw the frogs on the plate coming out, I thought it was just going to be like a leg, you know, because there's frogs, leg. But no, they just came out with like a whole bodied frog. It looks odd, but it tastes nice.
Okay, now it's time for the main.
Anyone can pick the snail out to show us?
Our students seem a little bit wary of the snails.
There was no chance I was touching them things.
Marcus.
Maddie's the first to take the plunge, quickly followed by Marcus. Excellent efforts.
She just ate a snail. No, it's not a snail. Bonbon lash.
Emily, Vanessa.
I can't. Have you done it before? This is some pressure. When we had the snails, I was panicking. One, it looked like a brain or either poo. I had it in my mouth for like an hour. I couldn't eat it. I was scared to swallow it.
But you have to swallow it to win the trial, Emily.
Just like, I can't finish it. Swallow it, even though it's like still something. Do you want me to choke?
Come on, Emily. Do it for your chateau mates.
Still in your mouth?
Oh,
It was just going to be even more disgusting. Just get rid of it. Like, what's the... Like, you're just making it worse for yourself. Like...
Finally! Well done, Emily. Mission accomplished. How do you feel?
I felt disgusted.
Fortunately, not everyone feels that way about traditional French food.
I had the frog's legs and they were really nice.
I think I would have it again. Frog legs and snails, and I loved them.
It's their first morning in France, and Year 8 are going to...
Bonjour.
Hang on. Going to school?
Bienvenue au collège Jean de la Varande.
Our students are here to find out what life is like in French school.
The pupils are excited to meet you.
They're thrown straight in at the deep end. A French lesson in France?
Are you ready?
What's your name? Kylan. Dylan. Kylan. It's difficult.
If Year 8 don't know a French word, they have to try and mime it.
Mime. Douane. Le chapeau, non.
Non.
Ouais, bonnet. Bonnet en français. It's in French, bonnet.
Bonnie.
On your own, it would definitely be a challenge. But luckily, our students have some help.
I was with Rosalie, and like as soon as we started talking, we connected and we knew each other for ages. She left us.
For some people, making friends comes easily. But for others, new situations can be really hard to deal with.
I just couldn't bring myself to talk to anyone because I was my anxiety kicked in. I'm not very good socializing with people. I'm socially awkward.
Although this might seem like a lack of effort or caring, the way Katie interacts with other people isn't really her choice.
Autism is like a condition that you're born with. It's a mental illness. I do struggle to talk to people and explain my feelings.
Sometimes, everyday life can be a real challenge for Katie.
Katie.
Familiar faces, especially best friend Jack, make Katie feel much more at ease.
Jack when they ask you for a ruler but you have one. Jack is very supportive and I'm supportive to him. When he's not in, like, I won't speak to anyone. Leave me alone, and if you want to bug someone that's on the right intelligence.
But there are upsides to being autistic.
Unicorn. It does help me in a bunch of ways, and it kind of makes me a bit more unique. Doesn't look cool? It kind of inspired me to like dress and act a lot more different to other people. If you have the higher spectrum like I do, then you're quite brainy, you're bright.
Despite the challenges that come with having autism, Katie wouldn't want to change anything, even if she could.
If in the future someone came up to me with the cure, said, look, do you want to take this cure? I would say no, keep the cure, give it to someone else, because I'm staying who I am.
Oh, you look nice.
Katie's journey to France has taken her right out of her comfort zone, but now it's back to more familiar territory. After a busy morning, Year 8 get a sample of French school dinner.
For lunchtime, you have 90 minutes. Do you like it? It's better than what it's now. I wasn't expecting a 5-course meal. Like, honestly, whoa, it's amazing.
Year 8 are learning loads about life in France. But what do the French know about us?
Il me semble que là-bas, la personne la plus célèbre, c'est Tom Jones. Il fait toujours mauvais, il fait jamais très beau en fait. Pour moi, ils prennent beaucoup de thé. Les gens britanniques, ils mangent des œufs et du bacon au petit déjeuner. Ils doivent manger plus que nous, je sais pas quoi, mais plus que les Français.
It sounds like you have more to learn about us and what we eat. It's been a day of discovery for everyone. And just listen to those French accents.
Merci beaucoup, madame.
Thank you for coming. Come back soon.
Au revoir. Goodbye.
France is famous for its food. So for the last day of the trip, Year 8 are on the trail of some classic French fare.
I really like pain au chocolat. Remember the baguette of that? Yeah, crusty, fresh.
Well, you can't get much fresher than making them yourself, and that's why they've come to this bakery. Meet Eric the baker. Like every great baguette, he's truly unique.
He was such a funny guy.
He was checking like aprons and everything. It was so funny.
Funny is good, because as we all know, when you enjoy your lesson, you learn lots more.
Mademoiselle, comment ça s'appelle? Très bien, farine, très bien.
It turns out there's method to Eric's madness. While he teaches Year 8 how to bake, he's also teaching them more French.
It was good because it was a French lesson as well, I suppose.
To make their dough, they mix flour, salt, and...
And then we had to take a handful of sour cream, and it was really disgusting.
Do you mean sourdough, Emily?
Why did I say sour cream?
Oh,
Where did that come from? It's not strong enough. I can't do it. And it's like we had to like mix all the dough together on it own. It was called kneading. That was fun. My hands got a bit sticky.
oh wow.
I am the Hulk.
Et vous, est-ce que vous voulez quelque chose?
Oui, voudrais.
Eric's French lessons seem to be working well.
Est-ce que vous voulez quelque chose?
Flour.
And take 25% of this quantity.
One part of this. What did they say?
No, I'm not really sure that's sinking in. Once the dough has been kneaded, or in Emily's case, destroyed, it needs to be shaped into that familiar baguette we all know and love.
So to make the baguette like perfectly round or whatever, you'd like make a mouth, then like stretch it out so it looks like ears, and put a couple of dots in there, and then fold it over, flatten it, and then apparently it made like the perfect shape for a baguette.
Although that's easier said than done.
Mademoiselle, bien. Les mains, s'il vous plaît.
The day before we went to the bakery, it was the school. I found that quite hard. However, the next day we went to the bakery and I found it a lot more enjoyable since I got involved and I thought the kneading of the dough was quite nice. It felt cool.
Were the baguettes perfectly shaped?
I just gave up and just made a chubby little thing. Yeah.
Well, most of them. Eric slides them into a hot oven.
We learnt a lot of French out of it, right? The farine, sel de mer, salt. No, I said water, flour, and salt.
After 10 minutes, they're ready. So, what's the verdict?
They were nice.
Ooh, the baguettes are amazing.
Just time to grab the baguettes and say goodbye to Eric.
Who's Eric?
The baker.
Because it was Eric.
I reckon the best thing to put on a baguette is cheese. And with 400 varieties to choose from in France, your eight are guaranteed to find something they like at this farm. Right?
I feel like I just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's like sick. You can taste the bits of mold in it.
Okay, would you like another one?
Regal cheese.
Some people are trying to get out of tasting the cheese.
I didn't try the goat's cheese because I told Miss that it gives me headaches. Because I just didn't want to try it. Yeah, I'm allergic to it.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
She likes as well. I didn't lie. You did. It was on my letter.
But eventually, most people find a cheese they love.
Would you like some more?
I preferred the fresh cheese, but with the flavours on top. So like the onion and herb and like the chili ones. Those were nice, I have to admit.
So, what's the secret behind this choice cheese? Yes, this cheese is special. The milk used to make it comes from goats.
There's droppings on the floor.
First of all, it stink there.
Well, no wonder there's goat clearer.
As Eury's help out at feeding time, it's hard to tell who's more afraid, them or the goats.
I'm scared they're gonna eat my hands.
On second thoughts, it's definitely Eury.
One head butted me. That wasn't nice.
Although Dom seems fearless.
You watch this.
Whoa! No! Now that is an action replay. Whoa! No! Dom, you're a hero. Taking a goat sneeze for the team.
Right, these goats are dangerous. They sneeze on you. 1 minute I was fine, and when it sneezed on me, I was disgusted and just didn't want to go near any of the goats anymore.
After a while, things calmed down.
I got really attached, there's like a black one, and he would always let me stroke him.
And after yesterday's stressful moment at school, Katie seems much more at ease.
I think this one's actually my favourite one. I want to get a goat. When I go home, I want my mum to buy me a goat.
Katie, if you want a goat, there's no better time to ask than now.
Happy birthday to you.
Because it was my birthday on the next day, they decided to surprise me by making this birthday cake. When I saw the cake come into the room, I was shocked, but I was also very pleased at the same time. And I was very thankful for it, because I was oh wow, you pulled this off just for me. I was yeah, it was really nice of them to do that.
After a tough start, Katie's definitely ending things on a high.
After this trip, I really think I've built up a lot more confidence than I had before. I feel better going on a French trip. I think it gave me more confidence. You had to talk in front of people you've never met before.
What I really did not like was going back home. I just wanted to live in France at that point. I was prepared to just stay there.
I wish we stayed there for 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie.
I was going to say I could blow out the candle, but I can't exactly blow that out tonight.
Next time, rowdy rebels cause complete chaos.
Will you sit down? Ty is so loud.
Stop it!
The French food I like is snails, slugs as well, I think. No, frog legs.
one night we all come to like the main part of the chateau, and like we sat down, obviously, you know, and I don't know why I said sat down.
I couldn't sleep without knowing that, honestly.